In this video, Maurieo is going to take a look at the Tauranga City Council GIS site, how to get in there, what's available and what you might be able to do with it. It's a very useful site, the GIS site, graphical information that is. So first thing is to get into Google, access Google and type in Tauranga City Council and do a search on that, which takes us here, and we want to be looking at maps. So there is maps there just highlighted for you, and we click on maps, and here we get to this little part of the website here. Just drag the bar down and you can see that there's two options there. The city zoom view, this is just basic stuff for perhaps for citizens and things like that, and then web view extra, which is for professionals, got a lot more information on it. The earlier one may be useful for some things, but web view extra is the one with maximum impact that you can use. Now today we're going to be looking at a property in 8 Lagoon Place. So first of all we just search for that property here, and it comes up after a while with every property in Lagoon Place that has an 8 in it. So fortunately we don't go into the 80s. So what we're going to do is we can just right click on those and delete all the ones that aren't relevant. So there's 18 gone, clicking delete there on various bits and pieces. So we're working through that. Remember, this is a GIS site. Graphical information is what it has. So it has a lot of information that is in the council records. So we've finally got it reduced, or almost got it reduced there, down to just the 1 Lagoon Place. And we better give that a bit of a tick, I suppose. And then we can right click on that, zoom to. And here it is, a nice little aerial view with the aerial photograph, and there we can see 8 Lagoon Place highlighted there. Now down the sidebar here it lists essentially a whole series of layers, and we can turn these layers on and off. So the layers that we're going to be looking at are the services layer, so we can turn those on, and there we go. Now you'll see that it takes a little while, and you look down in the bottom right there, you may be able to see that the thing is thinking away. And we're also going to turn on here some contours, and there it is down in the bottom right there. You can see it grinding away, collecting that information from the website, and eventually after quite a period of time sometimes it will display the information that you require, in this case the services and the contours, on an aerial view or plan view with the property boundaries shown. So that's quite a nice neat little plan that could be quite useful for some sort of site feasibility study. So well, first of all, before we go to print it out, let's make it at a nice usable scale of 1 to 500, and once again it grinds away. And then we're going to look at printing this out. I'm probably going to print it here to a PDF format, which means it's reusable, and I can manipulate it a little bit and then print it out a hard copy on the printer from the PDF. So that's what we're going to be looking at here. So it's finally regenerated itself there, and well, you know, we can remove the sidebar just by clicking on the little arrow there in the middle of the left hand side, which gives us a fuller view of the situation there. So just if you want to perhaps have more material and stuff in your field of view, that's what you can do. But really now what we want to move on and do is to get a bit of a print out of this. So there we go, clicking on the print up the top there, and we want to map. So we've got it there, and we can create a print page there. So here's this is like a preview, and again it it takes a little bit of time to generate. So this will be a preview of what we're going to get from our printout and our map, that can give us another chance to go back and perhaps change a few settings and just manipulate and get exactly what we want. Now I'm almost at the point of giving up when voila, here's our map appears with our contours and service information and a lot of this stuff down the bottom here, which is probably unnecessary. So what we do now is we right click, and I've got save the image as, and I'm going to save it in my documents, having a bit of a look around there. And what I think I'll do is create a new folder. I thought I might have had one, but no, I'm going to eventually I'll come to the decision to create a new folder, and I'm just going to give that folder a name. The name that I'm going to give it is 8 Lagoon Place, and I type that in there and then open that folder, and then we save our file. But before I save the file, notice it's in a PNG format. That's the only available format, and I'm going to save that file as aerial and services. So just to give it a name, make it easy to find, and we save that, and there you are. That's that file saved. I'll go and have a look at it a bit later on, and we'll see how we go. So let's close that. Now we can make up other little files that may be quite interesting. So what I'm going to do next is just turn the sidebar on with the various layers and things, and perhaps just slide down, and I'm going to turn the aerial off, which gives us quite a nice clean and crisp map with the property boundaries, I'm hoping, or eventually waiting. So it's grinding away there. Once you've got the aerial off, it's less information, so it can get a faster response. So there we are with our services on there, and I'm going to turn the contours off at some point. But before I do that, I want to turn on a layer of bearings and distances, and as you can see in the bottom right there, it's grinding away, and it'll come up with some data for us to have a look at. These bearings and distances, although they attempt to match the what is in the available Land Information New Zealand data, I would be very reluctant to use them for important details regarding boundary information. You should always go to the source document at Land Information New Zealand. So we're going to turn the contours off. Well, that happened very quickly. And next thing we're going to look at is just have a brief see if there's anything there that might be of interest to us. Lots of things relating to the district plan, roading and things like that that can be relevant in different situations. I turned on the non-primary parcels there because there is a right-of-way that 8 and 10 share, and I thought that might be identified in the non-primary parcels thing. And the legal descriptions, always quite useful as well. So we've turned on the legal descriptions and just clicked on the legal boundaries, although I would be expecting that they would be coincident with the boundaries as they're shown there already. So quite a few layers and things of information that we can turn off and on, and note, as with the services, that there can be with the plus signs there can be further layers nested under the original one. Now another useful thing is the little information tool there. So you can click on the information tool, and then that gives you, there's a little blue circly thing there, and that opens up a little box there that you can investigate. First of all, it tells you something about the box, and then it gives you the information, some available written information about the property you're looking at. This can be added to the results, and it can be printed out it if you wish in various formats and things. So that's the information button. Once you've finished with that, it pays to sort of click on another button, because you get issues like that where the information keeps coming up from time to time. So we'll go and print out this one here, just using the same process as before. Create a print page there and wait till it comes up, and then we'll right click there and save the image as, and I'm going to call this, I'm sure I've got a marvelous name for it, legal something there. So we'll just have to wait until that gets typed in the box. Note that it's going into the 8 Lagoon Place thing. So legal, it's coming. Not the best typist in the world. Legal description. It's in legal descriptions, and some other information there, and dimensions, of course, the boundary bearings and distances. So save. So I must reiterate that those boundary bearings and distances are, you know, I would not use them for critical situations of defining the boundaries, but they give you a good indication. And we're going to go there, and I think pretty much that's a fairly good roundup of what we can get out of the site. So let's go and have a look and see if we can find those files that we downloaded to PDF. So here we are, back to the sort of familiar blue home screen that I use, and off to the file 8 Lagoon Place, and there's our 2 files as PNG. Now I suggest you convert them to PDF, which enables you to avails you of a number of tools, particularly if you have Adobe Acrobat available, which enables a number of tools. By clicking on the tools and commenting box there, you can crop and add little bits and pieces. So there we go, crop. If you wanted to, say, crop the photo or crop out information that you didn't need, that's there. This one here is pretty good, so there's not going to be too much cropping available. But what you can do now is to save the file. Firstly, save it as a PDF, which in 8 Lagoon Place, just with the same name, and save it as a PDF. But I'd also recommend that you might want to save the same file as a JPEG, which would enable you to import it into some other programs such as AutoCAD or such as Word as a JPEG. It's a useful format to have as well as there. And here you can see that the files have been saved as both PDF and JPEG. And now I'm going to do similar sort of work with the other file that we generated, save as a PDF. Now I have saved it previously, so obviously it comes up that it's there, so we'll just write over the top of that, and again saving it as a JPEG for use in some other software. So there you go, that's sort of pretty much the Tauranga City Council GIS for you. And here we go back to there, and really that's all, folks. But you can find more videos on my YouTube channel at maurieo, with the O as a 0, because I couldn't get in and secure maurieo with an O. So there you go. Look forward to seeing from you. If you feel free to subscribe to my channel.